Guys, I just came out of JCPenney's. Those sales were the bomb!
Oh my god, I just noticed the stick figure in the background is jumping like Mega Man.
Wait, what?
On the sign, they were showing, like, you can't jump over the guardrail, and the jumping figure was doing the Mega Man pose.
Oh, that's amazing. Meanwhile, in Gears of War...
Don't you mean Resident Evil 5?
Did they have a cover system in Resident Evil 5?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, then in Resident Evil 5, sure.
Why did you dramatically pause for that?
Because it looked cool? I guess?
He's contemplating whether it was worth wasting the bullet.
Aw, man, I'm gonna stare at my magazine to imply there's no bullets in there, even though we didn't want to make a separate model showing that it was empty. What you say? That you only went well. Jesus, Carlito, how many times are you gonna get shot before you actually die?
Oh no!
Brad's really bad at this, I notice.
Try using knives next time. Works better for close encounters.
You see, the thing is that Carlito literally brought a knife to a gunfight and it worked. That's not how it works.
No, he brought it as a backup weapon. It was a smart idea.
Also, damn it, Brad, your flags didn't do anything. In fact, they made it worse.
Maybe trying to use computer logic with flags isn't the best way to go, because now he's just got a whole mountain of flags that he's got nothing to do with.
I don't have any 8s to put them around.
And he's screwed.
Where did he...
What are you talking about?
Where's Teddy Bear Dress Man when you need him?
He'll be fine. This is only like a good 80s zombie. Cool, Franks, don't look at explosions.
Get explosion.
I also like the dramatic pause between Frank jumping from the bombs, because he was up there that entire time for the cutscene. So he was just waiting for the bombs to explode so he could jump out of the way. Dramatically like that. Also, another thing that I do like is that the upcoming cutscene that I'm going to show with Brad is optional. You don't ever have to go down there and talk to him if you don't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
And the convicts are back. You know.
Of course they are.
As you do. Oh, right, I just cut. There we are.
This looks like Brad's flashlight.
Yeah?
Brad?
Enrique?
Brad?
Hey, Brad, I was wondering. Can I have your socks? I need some. Aw, Brad, you got blood all over those socks. I clearly need them right now.
What's the matter, Brad?
What do you think?
Hurt? I'm coming over there, Brad. We'll go back together. If you're hurt, we'll patch you up.
Poor Brad. It's hard being the only black guy in Colorado.
Yesterday. Not half the man I used to be.
You know what? There's only one thing that you could say about Brad, is that he definitely had a lot of guts.
I don't think I had the stomach for this.
Oh, man, you know what, Brad?
Brad's just like, et tu, Brutus.
Brad, you know, I know you and me, we had our differences when we first started out, but I'm glad you're really opening up to me like this. It means a lot.
Pretty funny, but it didn't give me a belly laugh.
I'm already dead. 'Cause I don't care. 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 '
Wait, Kenshio's around? Where? I'm a big fan of Fist of the North Star.
Well,
Tell my mom. So yes, very sad death scene. Brad can survive if you don't do the story to a certain point, but you know what fun is that, right?
Yeah. Because again, like, if you're not forwarding the plot, a lot of the, like, critical moments won't happen. So technically, Brad can't survive to the very end if you don't progress with the plot. So.
Yeah, but I think it's implied that things overall will be worse because they talk about, like, the Carlito's backup. Oh yeah,
I'm in a car, and
I forgot because I was in the car when I drove over to this point, and the cutscene triggers based on proximity, so the game just like plops me back into the world in the car. Hey, Brad, nice gun.
it's mine now.
It's just funny that, like, if you're not focusing on the plot, then, like, Carlito doesn't even put bombs in the basement, you know? He just kind of forgets about it.
Oh, except
What do you mean Brad's dead? Ow! Oh my god.
okay. Tonal whiplash. Oh.
Yeah, I got it! Yeah!
Doesn't matter.
Alright, how do I get out? Guys, how do I... Oh, there we go.
We'll help you out.
So, how did those doors withstand the motorcycle? Speaking of motorcycles, that was how Resident Evil 2 was originally supposed to begin for Elza Walker. She crashes her motorcycle.
Well, she was supposed to ride through the mall.
No,
motorcycle.
not at the mall. She crashes through the front door of the police station on her motorcycle, and then shuts the gates on the zombies outside. And Leon would start up on the helipad. That's how the beta version was supposed to go.
I hope this doesn't get flagged by Jeopardy.
It's okay. We all just lower the volume and we'll be fine. Alex
we're talking
Trebek can't. Wait, no, we have our own Canadian. We can have them. We can have him and we can have Clement and Alex Trebek deathmatch, and then we'll see who the true winner is. Are you okay with that?
It's true. I can do that.
Yeah, sweet.
Canadians settle copyright disputes that way, yes.
Yeah, by a by a death grudge match.
And by death grudge match, we mean hockey.
You know,
What's the difference?
yuck, 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 yuck. I don't get why hockey isn't as popular in the United States as like football, because it's more violent than football when you think about it.
It's
Yeah.
a winter sport, and half the country's in a place where it doesn't snow very much.
This is a sport where people regularly get mad at each other and start punching each other, and the refs don't break it up immediately. They let it happen for a little bit before they start pulling you guys apart.
I know. It's like the most American sport I can think of, and we don't care about it. I don't understand.
In video games, there are like games like Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey where they make fighting a mode in the game where if you check a guy too many times, eventually like a fight breaks out and you're actually punching your opponent.
Like
Oh,
you're
no, have
playing
you
like
ever-
a fighting game? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Clement, have you ever played like the MLB Slugfest games?
No.
You can just when you're like have the ball as a player, you can just run around and punch people on the bases and shit. And you can like knock them off the bases and it counts as an out because they're not touching the bag.
Nice.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Exactly.
All right, welcome to Carlito's super duper secret clubhouse. No girls allowed. Isabella, we're breaking the rules by letting you up here. Just want to let you know that.
You need to leave. Oh, look at those 90s computers.
Oh, man. Man, you know I'm old when I remember that those are actually probably still up to date when it came to 2008. Six
Yeah.
when this game came out. Like, those flat screen monitors were probably relatively cutting edge, all things considered. And they're not even like the flat screens we have right now. Like, they're the ones that are like...
Still like 4 or 5 inches thick, but they're not like bulky as hell.
Yeah, they're not like a cube, so that makes them flat.
I don't know what the password is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're Latino, Frank. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
What's the Spanish word for password?
Carlito would make that the password.
Can you hear me? I found something interesting on a security feed from inside a store. Could you come back here? I need you to check.
Why can't you just tell me over the radio?
He needs to be able to look at it. Gosh, Ryan. So anyway, before we head back to the security room, there are very important things that we need to be getting on with. Extremely important, very vital to the mission at hand things going on.
Oh, God.
You don't get erotica points for that, though, for some reason. Which surprises me. Also, Frank, why are you sleeping with the knife?
It's my cuddle knife.
I mean, that can't be good for Isabella's posture if she's operating the computer like that.
Take a look at this.
What the hell?
I'm the Red Goblin, Spider-Man!
I'm also wearing the woman's business suit is also the thing. So I knew lawyers were the devil, but I didn't think like this.
I'll get you, Spider-Man!
So did the final boss of the game get caught by one of the minor bosses?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, actually.
Oh no, what's going on?
We had to. This isn't like a mission that we have to do for anything, but I think at this point we
Sorry, Sophie.
we can talk to Paul and he'll give us an unlimited supply of Molotov cocktails. I don't know how he has a unlimited supply.
Sorry, Leah.
I mean, I'm not, but
Sorry.
wait.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry about you, Kendall.
I want to know how I knocked him down by closing the door, though, is my question.
Stop standing next to the doors!
Stop opening it while we're standing here.
I also like that it's one of those two-way doors where it goes one way when you push it and it goes backwards the other way too.
I mean, why would you want to make a animation for Frank both opening a door both inwards and outwards when you could just make every door double-sided?
Son of a bitch. What do you think you're doing?
Are you nuts?
Do I look nuts?
Yes.
So Simone is asking for a gun so that she can shoot herself if she starts her change.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh.
Although, unlike the other guy, because, oh yeah, you weren't there for that part, there is a mission earlier in the game where you find a guy in a shoe store with his girlfriend, and he's injured, and he doesn't want to be taken back because he thinks that he'll slow them down. So he says something to the effect of, give me a gun so I can fight him off, or something like that, and if you do that, he shoots himself. So that, like, his thought is that, oh, so now my girlfriend won't have any reason to stay with me. But that doesn't end up working out, so she'll end up mutinying you if you do that.
Right.
So it's a good way to lose 2 survivors if you do that.
Right.
So anyway, meanwhile, back at the lab.
That didn't work out.
No.
Okay, so stay a good distance away when you throw the Molotov cocktails, and
Yeah, I was like a good 20 feet. That's plenty, right?
I really should just let you rot, shouldn't I?
Oh man, I didn't think we were doing Super Meat Boy this early. I mean, well, early I say. That game came out
after
11 years.
that game came out. That game came out before we started this commentary channel.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey, it's someone who looks crazier than me. How about that?
I mean,
And you didn't even need a mask.
I only just noticed that his nipples poked through his shirt, though.
I just got it in here. It's fresh.
He's also missing his 2 front teeth.
In a moment, you can try the best ground meat you've ever tasted.
It has no MSG, right? That's racist, Frank.
Zombies are no good. I can't serve my customers spoiled meat like that. I
So
Yes.
how come there are so many people who are just batshit insane all of a sudden?
It's a commentary on society.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, some of them...
If the apocalypse actually did happen, there's probably going to be a lot of crazies out there taking advantage of it.
Yeah, so there's like two different types of people in Dead Rising. The first one is more common, and it's people who are already terrible, and they're just taking advantage of the situation. There are a handful of people who are just like driven mad from what's been going on, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you missed the Vietnam vet, but there's a Vietnam vet who is like taken back to the war, effectively, who's one of the bosses and things like that. And I suppose the nerd theoretically could have just snapped under pressure as well. So, like, I mean, there's a few people who, you know, you're supposed to feel somewhat sympathetic for, but I don't know what Camp Larry falls into, really.
Yeah, I think he's just crazy.
Yeah, probably.
Hey Ted, have you played Dead Rising 2 Frank Edition? Like the,
I haven't. I want to.
Okay.
But it's DLC only.
Yeah.
So I didn't. I wanted to have a physical version when I was looking it up.
It's mostly the same as Dead Rising 2, except they added another area and a few new psychopaths. And there's one psychopath with a little twist compared to how it was in the original game that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Because the way you were talking about how psychopaths can sometimes just become psychopaths from their situation, there's a pretty fun one in the Frank version of Dead Rising 2.
Is it? They do a different origin for one of the ones that was in the original version of the game?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Which one is it?
Motorcycle guy.
Oh, Motorcycle Guy. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I have heard about that one,
Yeah.
and it is an interesting take on it. Although, like, I mean, I'm interested in playing the Frank version of Dead Rising 2, but it's also, like, the classic example of Capcom releasing literally the same game again with 2 or 3 new cutscenes and asking you to pay full price for it, though, which I don't know how I feel about that. Again, I think part of the reason why I wanted to get it physical was so I could buy it used, did not have to spend $20 on it, because I would have paid like 10 for it, or 7 maybe.
Yeah.
But it's digital only, so I don't think they're going to be putting it on sale anytime soon as well. So
Yeah, it's a weird premise to have, like, it's the game you know, but with a different main character, and we've added a few new areas, and it's mostly the same. You know,
Yeah.
It's mostly the same.
like, it makes a little bit more sense if it's like a fighting game where there is no real story, so it doesn't matter if you release the same game again, as much, I should say. But, like, I guess doing, like, an Elseworlds tale with it, it's just like, what if Frank was there instead of Chuck, is a good way to...
What if Batman got the Green Lantern ring?
What happens if Batman got the Green Lantern ring?
The same time he gets any superpowers and elsewhere stuff, he's overpowered, and that's the moral of the story.
You don't give Batman superpowers?
Yes.
Does he, like, snap? Or...
Yeah, he basically gets rid of the Guardians and takes over the universe.
As you do.
Wait, hold on, though. What happens to Hal Jordan?
Hal Jordan doesn't get the ring, Batman does.
Yeah, but does he suffer like he should? Because he's an asshole.
The Santa Cabeza story will be told. But I need the password.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. God damn it! I never would have guessed that.
Hey! Hey! Stay with me!
Oh, wait, sorry. Uno, dos, tres, cinco. Oh, wait, no. Cuatro. No, I don't know my Spanish. Sorry. Dora,
You're
I failed
Latino,
you.
Carlito. You're Latino, Carlito.
Dora would be ashamed.
Carlito, stay with me. I don't want to go to hell, Satan.
All they do is eat and eat.
Yeah, so they're trying to do some social commentaries.
Just like you good red, white, and blue Americans.
This would all be much more effective if Frank wasn't
The Red Goblin.
Red Goblin office woman.
It's okay, you know, it's not like we're going to be throwing Isabella off a bridge or anything. Right? Right?
The night is young.
Oh, yeah, and then suddenly they start playing Spanish guitar because they remembered that he was supposed to be Latino. You see, I know that's supposed to be blood, but it just kind of looked like he was eating like strawberry pie or something, and just didn't wipe his face off.
Yeah.
Oh, his shirt has like a wasp kind of thing going on. That's
Basura.
interest. Oh, and the mask clipping through his neck for some reason is just really funny.
It also clipped through the camera very briefly there.
Ow, my head!
I think I telefragged my skull by accident. Ooh.
Ugh.